Jeopardy! Had some fun at Ken Jennings' expense on Tuesday with a clue that cleverly harkened back to a social media argument about his hosting. Allison Gross defeated one-day champ Matthew Smith and Daniel King to become the new winner. After taking out three-day champ Wekai Renali, Matthew took to the winner's podium with $26,400. Fans were buzzing to see if the New York City paramedic could turn the upset win into a streak. After the Jeopardy! Round, Allison, a data scientist from Cleveland, Ohio, aided by a $2,000 daily double, led with $5,800 while Matthew had $2,600, and Brown grad Daniel had $1,200. In Double Jeopardy, Matthew's challengers found the daily doubles, and Daniel dropped $2,000 on his, Allison gaining a crucial $4,000 on hers. After quite a few pop culture misses, Hilary Swank. Allison led into Final Jeopardy with $11,800, while Matthew had $7,000 and Daniel had $2,000. Final Jeopardy! Under famous characters read, she's introduced in an 1845 novella in which she wears a short skirt with her mantilla thrown back to show her shoulders. Only Daniel was correct with Carmen, but Allison played it safe, dropping $2,201 to win with $9,599. Allison will now face two new challengers tomorrow night to see if she can join Allison Betts in becoming our next streaker named Allison. Newfoundland, as they say. Daniel's daily double, meanwhile, was an Easter egg that not all casual viewers may have been clued in on. Under pronunciation advice Ken read, it became a Canadian province in 1949 and poet E.J. Pratt advised, accent on the last syllable, swallow the first D. He didn't have a guess, so Ken, 49, told him, it's Newfoundland. He went on to specify, or Newfoundland, as they say it there. One Redditor noticed, I believe Ken got into an online squabble about this, so DD2 seemed to be a callback to that. War of words. Indeed, as the clue and Ken seemed to be referring, the host got into a social media tussle with a fan last year when he was accused of mispronouncing Newfoundland. During the episode, Ken said Newfoundland instead of Newfoundland, which caused Canadian critics to come out of the woodwork. One fan wrote on X, OMG and O. He did not pronounce Newfoundland properly again. Another person wrote, Newfoundland rhymes with understand. A third disgruntled viewer tagged Ken personally and wrote, for next time at Ken Jennings. Newfoundland rhymes with understand. Newfoundland understand, emphasis on land. Love the show. You're doing a great job. Ken replied personally in a response he quickly deleted, writing, not in the US it doesn't. Maybe on Newfie Jeopardy. Someday they'll say it your way. Ken also linked to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, backing up that he didn't do anything wrong. However, Newfie is a term used to describe people from Newfoundland, which, according to the CBC, is divisive when outsiders use it. The fan replied to Ken, wow. If your source knew anything about Newfoundland and Labrador, it would know that many people in this province will find your use of Newfie as insulting as it is disappointing. Please get the producers to play a few old tapes to find out how Alex, properly, pronounced it. Ken then responded once more, it's not up to me. That's Merriam-Webster you're arguing with. Meanwhile, Jeopardy! Masters Season 2 aired its second episode of 2 quarterfinal matches on ABC Monday night. The 6 elite-level contestants are Amy Schneider, James Holzhauer, Matt Amadio, Matea Roach, Victoria, and Yogesh Raut. The prize is $500,000, an Alex Trebek trophy, and the ultimate bragging rights. In Game 1, Matea faced Matt and self-proclaimed final boss reigning champ James, a rematch of last year's Masters finale. James, who lost Episode 1 to Yogesh, finished Double Jeopardy with $45,200, the highest score of Masters history. Fans flooded social media dazzled by James' massive win, though some admitted they were expecting a joke Final Jeopardy answer with a runaway. In fact, aside from his name being written in Japanese on his podium, there were no jokes on the board from James, who seemed hellbent on just winning. I thought James might come up with an unhinged message, joked a third, surprised by James' seriousness. A fourth agreed, I'm a little sad we haven't had a pro wrestling taunt intro or a joke final Jeopardy response from James this year. But it is still fun. In Game 2, Amy faced last week's winners Victoria and Yogesh. Victoria found the last daily double and aced it as Hoover, bringing her to 33,600 and a runaway. By the end of Double Jeopardy, Victoria had a stunning 41,000 runaway, Yogesh 11,800 and Amy 10,200, which meant Amy once again finished last place. We knew Victoria would be good, but wow, one fan wrote. Another lamented, Amy's confidence is so shot. 40 games and second place finishes in JIT are so commendable, chin up babes. An additional fan wrote, imagine if the producer's pick ends up in 6th place lol, referring to Amy. One more wrote, she most likely will. Amy is super smart and likable and one of my favorite players, but she just isn't on the same level as the others. I feel horrible for Amy, wrote yet another, and yeah, she's having a rough tournament. The standings now are as follows. Victoria leads with 6 match points, James has 4, Yogesh has 4, Matt has 1, Matea has 1, and Amy has 0. Jeopardy! Airs at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, while Jeopardy Masters continues on Wednesday, May 8th, with Games 5 and 6 on ABC at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and on Hulu.